Money, real estate, and breaking into houses. These are the three pillars of success in the world of The Sims 4, a life simulator game that is notoriously buggy, broken, and often works about as well as any other game made by EA. Which is why today I figured out how to break the rental system and create arguably the largest housing bubble since the 2008 financial crisis. By forcing people to tip their landlord, lock themselves into infinite leases, and breaking into my tenants' homes to steal everything of value, this is my step-by-step guide on how to get rich. So welcome to The Sims 4. If it wasn't any indication by the fact that the game immediately loaded me onto the store page, this is an EA game, which means it's one long parade of things that you couldn't possibly think could get worse. And then EA drops a new DLC that bricks your entire save. Well, at least it can't get worse, you think. And then EA breaks down your door, throws you into a van, and deports you into Armenia. And if you already live in Armenia, they throw you in Brazil. Anyway, let's get into the game. So if we click home, we can go and start a new game. And I forgot that was my last character, aptly named the Chernobyl household. So if we click new game, that's gonna allow us to make a whole brand new character. And they're gonna ask me for a personality quiz. Don't care. And oh my God, EA really has gone downhill, haven't they? So I'm just gonna go ahead and customize our character's face real quick. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna make this, all right, it's taking quite a bit of customizing, but I'm pretty sure I have created the greatest creature to ever grace this planet. Meet Larry Landlord. Pronouns the anomaly / the anomaly. His aspiration is, of course, fortune, because he wants to become the greatest landlord in all of history. Naturally, for his traits, he's gonna be completely insane, a dance machine, and last but not least, a kleptomaniac. All right, now we can just click, actually, I could randomize the portrait a little. Oh, that's nice. And now we can head into the game. So we've got a couple of places to choose from, different cities. There's a lot more, but I don't have many of the DLCs because I'm not spending any more money on this game than I absolutely have to. But we're gonna head here to Vindenburg and try and just buy one of the cheapest empty lots we can find. This is the only one I really see. And welcome to our home. The landlord household is in business. So Larry right now is just a little bit completely homeless. And we're gonna have to fix that by spending our 17,000 simoleons over here to build us a nice big old house. All right, Larry, behind you is your dream home, something that is going to be the envy of the world, and you are going to love it. Of course, I'm referring to actually right all the ways over there. That is where you will be living. Now, see, this whole build that I have made, this double-decker monstrosity, if we go down a floor, you can see there's a bed, a fridge, a toilet, you know, everything you need in a nice house. That is going to be our rental property. So if I come up here and I click venue info, I can turn this into a residential rental lot. That is going to allow us to pick areas to be part of our home and part of rental units. Of course, this is technically Larry's home. I actually couldn't fit a toilet in here, so I had to put a chamber pot outside, but over here is going to be where we rent out all of the houses. So I can turn this into a new fresh unit, number 2, a summer home. We'll go up another floor and turn this into another unit. I couldn't afford stairs, or rather I didn't want to afford stairs, so I put a ladder here. I'm actually not sure if this ladder even works, because I think you just climb up and then instantly fall and break your legs, but we're gonna leave that to the rentals and not us. So now that I've got these rental units set up, this is going to be our home unit up here, and these are our rental units. I can come over and go and find some tenants. So down here by owned businesses, oh, please don't go up the ladder. Oh, thank God. So down here, we're going to have the ability to fill a vacancy on our rental home, and you'll see the max rent we can charge is 15,000. This is because the rent in this game is completely broken. You see, this max rent is really almost solely decided by the size of the household and not the things in it. There is some interaction of having actual household value, I think in terms of getting like different options of tenants, but basically the idea is I can go down here and you can see there is basically nothing in this entire household. There is nothing in this literally warehouse. Yet if I go to fill vacancy and I check to see who is willing to buy, look at that. We've already got 3 people. This one's an adult, a teen, and a child that are willing to buy for $860 a day. Now, unfortunately, I can't go over this rent cap here, but because they're literally telling me, hey, the most I can pay is $885. Okay, I'm just gonna change the rent to $885. Also, your lease length, yeah, we're gonna lock that in at 999 days. Have fun. Now we can come over here and click on Yarmelinin. Okay, you. And bada bing, bada boom. There we have our very first tenant. I will also fill up this second area and we'll see who's willing to pay. And oh my goodness, these people are willing to pay $1,477. So let me just change my rent right there. And now we get to lock them into a lease that they're, you know, they might not be so happy when they actually get here. The problem is it does take about a week for us to actually get paid for rent. So in the meantime, we're gonna have to survive off of the money we have. And meanwhile, Larry is just looking. Dancing is terrible. No, I think you should just dance everywhere. Also, he's going to talk with his friends. Oh, really? Where are they? The mailbox. Now, obviously, we're gonna wanna meet our tenants at some point. Oh, there we go. I think that is tenant number 1. And oh my. Oh my goodness. All right, so this is our first tenant, Mickey, our good friend Mickey. He is living in the first floor all the ways down here. I love that guy. Unit rating change is, hold on a minute. It went up. The ratings of my units are actually going up somehow, despite the fact that these are like, it's just a devoid warehouse. The typical conversation. Larry's over here on the phone and his friend is just looking at himself in the mirror. Oh, hey, another person. Oh my God. Is this our other tenant who has decided to come in? Oh, yes it is. Oh my goodness, this person actually looks somewhat normal. Somewhat. And then meanwhile, there are the 2 other people right behind them. Now, as much as I would like to introduce myself to all these people, I've actually got a quest from Larry himself, and it's to flirt with myself. So I'm gonna have to boot this guy off the mirror so I can do that. I'm glad Larry really has a lot of self-love in him, you know? Looking at himself in the mirror, he really needs it. Oh, another quest to chat with Mickey. Jesus, these guys look like aliens. I installed a mod to allow the faces to get adjusted far past what they're allowed to be. And I wasn't sure how badly it would impact the rest of the game. And the answer is very badly. Looks like Larry really wants to become friends with Mickey as well. Hey, do you have any prized possessions? I'm just asking for a friend, okay? And immediately he has started to run away, and assumedly the cops might be called at some point too. Okay, wait, no, now he's also flirting with himself in the mirror. Larry has learned the following about Mickey. Evil. Wow, this guy's right up my alley. Oh, looks like another neighbor is here to introduce herself. Now, there's also a very normal and probably trustworthy person over here. Legitimate and normal. That is who they are. All right, let's just invite them into my house. There's not really a house. Trashley wants to show me how to start a small business, but I already commit enough tax fraud that I don't really need to do that. So I think we'll be okay for now. I do need to tend to my Sims needs over here in the bottom right. You can see we have to go to the bathroom. We want to have fun, social, hunger, energy, hygiene, all of that fun stuff. Unfortunately, I've just realized that I can't actually use this chamber pot as a toilet because it's too small. So I am gonna have to find somewhere else to go. And by somewhere else, I obviously mean the toilet right here. Larry is also pretty tired though, so we're gonna have to take a nap in the only place we know where, which is nice and rested. You know what? He can take a disco nap. I don't even know what that, oh my God. Fortunately, the nice part of being erratic is that Larry can just keep talking to himself, and it's gonna basically keep his social at maximum because he's always got someone to talk to. So our goal is to make 1 million simoleons by the greatest means possible of being the most amazing landlord in the entire world. But that doesn't mean that we can't stop off for a couple of other ways to make money. So let's go ahead and travel to somewhere, and this is gonna send us back to the world map where we've got a whole bunch of different places we can travel to, and it happens to be like 12 p.m. at night, so we're gonna go over to these people's house right over here, all of whom look like they need medical treatment immediately. Now, Larry's been known as a stand-up guy, someone who, you know, he's a little down on his luck now. He just needs to wait for his investments to pay off. So obviously, I'm gonna knock on the door with a crowbar. As I always say, my motto is is steal from the rich and give to the even richer. So we've successfully broken into this house. The first thing Larry wants to do is troll online. But what I actually have to do is cook myself dinner because I don't really have another way to actually make food besides breaking into other people's houses and making it here. All right, we need to grab something valuable first, and I believe there is something in the basement that is gonna do it. Yes, indeed. So now all we have to do is just put the entire knight armor in our pocket. Good job. And before anybody notices we were here, I am going to use their shower because I do not actually have one. And now we have to get out of here before this guy comes back into his house. Oh, stop, get off the computer. He's literally on his way. Okay, now he's running in. Wait, I think I have a tactic I can do here. Okay, he just watched us walk out of his house. What if I introduce myself friendly though? He is completely okay. As much as I'd love to ask him about his prized possessions, I already know quite a bit about them. Can I just ask him to stargaze as well? Okay, I have just robbed your house. Oh, your kids are actually getting home, but I mean, it's a good thing he doesn't see the entire knight statue that I have put in my pocket. I'm also just gonna go over here and sleep in their house. Will anybody notice? Okay, yes, apparently I'm sleeping in her room. Oh my, wait, is that, I forgot what his outfit is. All right, I'm just gonna take one more quick little nap in their house. Well, okay, I think everybody left the house and just left me here. Man, these Sims are really trusting. Maybe I can cook together with Jacques as well. We'll cook some vegetable dumplings in his house where I just slept over after breaking in and stealing from him. And now he is effectively cooking me dinner. All right, nice. All right, well, while Jacques is busy washing his hands, I'm just gonna steal his entire clock and then we're gonna leave. So as far as things we've stolen, I have a $8,000 suit of armor now that I'm gonna immediately sell, and then a $2,400 clock. And obviously I have to invest that in another floor in my grand hotel. All right, and that's another unit where we can come in here and fill this back in. Looks like there's an elder, a young adult, a child, and a toddler in need of housing. Unfortunately, they did not bid the highest number to the billionaire song, so I'm going to choose him instead. I don't know what kind of money laundering is taking place here that is allowing this guy to afford $1,400 per day in rent for an empty warehouse, but I am all for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and visit my first tenant. We're just gonna go right back here over to Mickey and see what he's up to. And oh, he's actually standing right outside. Well, I'm gonna knock on the door anyway, and then walk in and use his toilet. Oh, wait a minute. The positioning of the toilet means it can't be used. Well, I'm sorry about that, Mickey. Anyway, I'm gonna grab some of your food. Oh, hey, Jacques is giving me a call. Hey, Larry, I think I have a crush on Grandma Hattie Loden. Do you think it's worth a try? With a face like that, who could say no? Reached mischief level 2. Larry can now use the claim to be criminal mastermind and instill with false confidence. All right, well, it's official. I think all of our tenants really, really hate us, so it's back to talking with ourselves, I guess. All right, well, I'm sure he's not gonna mind me sleeping in his bed, just like I have done everyone else. Care to attend the moon revelry with me? Ooh. Right now, we're basically trying to kill time until we can get money for our rent and re-expand our rental operations. Because there are a few other things that we get to do that are fairly silly with the whole rent scheme. All right, Jacques, I don't wanna sound too concerned here, but where are we? There is literally nothing all around, and I am fairly sure that he has invited me here to kill me. Probably because he noticed that I stole like every single thing from his house. All right, well, I've successfully made it home without both pissing myself or getting killed by Jacques. So we are now going to basically grind out a week. I'll probably fast forward so that we can get a whole bunch of money in terms of rent. Our next objective is going to be to seduce Jacques so we can marry him and inherit all of his stuff and then sell his house. What, random people are just showing up to my house? I mean, to my property and just taking food from my fridge. Okay, and now I'm being accused of being evil by, I think, one of my tenants. So in the meantime, there is another very strange way of getting money in this game. game, and it has to do with empty, vacant rental properties that I don't own. So if I go to the map, and we're just gonna travel to this rental property over here, the moment I get there, I can actually go into build mode. I do not own this place, and the game is actually recognizing this right now, but that doesn't really matter. I am allowed to sell all of the items in this random guy's house I do not own this in any way. And let's just take out a couple of things. Oh, that was a heater system. Oh wow, look at that, the entire house is gone. And we're just gonna destroy that. I also got rid of the stairs, and I think there's a second floor to this place. Yeah, so I can't edit the second floor. But I can edit everything else, so good luck. Okay, I have officially sold every single item in the entirety of this place. And when I go back to live mode, I can go up a floor, and there is a floating house. It's not standing on anything, the foundation is gone, and there's also no way to get up here, but yeah, I mean, it still exists. Wait, you're kidding. I could come over here and unhide the unit? Oh no. Funnily enough, the game doesn't let me delete walls sometimes. It says that, I don't own this, but I could just do this instead and effectively bulldoze everything for money. It's a very thin wall you have there, and by thin, I mean gone. All right, well, the only thing that looks like I can't sell is this very last piece of floating sky block, so that's all will remain of this house after I've pilfered it for $47,000. See, the thing is, some houses are actually immune to this, so I just traveled to another one. If I go into build mode, you'll see I am in free build mode, so that doesn't really count, because even if I sell things, it's not gonna give me money. It's only really empty rental properties that this seems to work at, which is very strange, but I'm also not going to question it. So now we're gonna head back home to our beautiful lot, and I'm gonna go right back into edit mode and invest this $47,000 into the greatest skyscraper you've ever seen. Okay, well, greatest skyscraper you've ever seen actually means that this caps out at a fourth floor, so this is as high as I can get it, unfortunately. But quite frankly, it's probably high enough. But the problem is I've still got $39,000. So I mean, what can I possibly do with this? And to that I say, welcome to the new basement, and the new basement, and the other basement, and the basement below that basement. All of which I am going to add into one singular mega unit. We'll just throw all this stuff into one. So then when I go to fill the vacancy here, I could charge $8.5 thousand per day in rent. This family with 2 infants is willing to pay almost $7,000 of rent every day for a supervillain lair. There are 14 beds and baths. I mean, this place is a bargain if you think about it. I went ahead and looked on Zillow, and this place has less rent than the current piece of garbage that we are charging people for. Oh my God. This is the worst thing ever. Tenant revolt. Oh, I also got promoted. I took a job to pass time faster. Oh, wait, here it is. It's the revolt out here. I'm not sure how I didn't notice them just kind of protesting out here, but guys, this isn't my house. Mine is to the left. Okay, well, it seems like the tenants are not happy about the conditions. Okay, now he's just stealing my computer. I'm gonna ignore this because it's gonna take a hit to my land value, but it doesn't matter considering they're locked into 999-day leases, so it really shouldn't do much. Gretchen Wolf is wondering if I want to go over to hang out. Yeah, sure. Let me see what your house looks like. Yeah, it's about as impressive as I remember. Admittedly, things are not going so great for Larry. We've already paid our taxes, and it pretty much wiped out a lot of our savings. I have to repair my sink, repair my fridge. Something about the being outdoors is probably not helping, but somehow the rating on my units is actually going up. And all I have to do now is just wait for them to pay taxes, and then I am good. Oh my God, I wasn't paying attention, and Larry was filling out his report so hard that he burned the computer. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure that we'll be okay. This was probably not one of the best things that could have happened. I have to replace the computer that I stole from Jacques. Oh my God, my rent just got paid. $50,000. And there we go. We collected $48,000 of rent from my tenants. Are any of them overdue? Nope, all of them are the best tenants, the greatest tenants that ever lived. Also, I just realized that my guy is walking around in his burned clothing. I'm not going to replace this, by the way. Now, with all all this newfound money I just got, you'd imagine, it'd be pretty easy to replace this computer. And you would be right, because Jacques has a spare that I'm going to steal. All right, so now there's an owner grace period on all of my leases, or at least my 7-day leases. So I can come over here and I believe I should be able to just change the rent to the max amount of rent it possibly could be. And yes, I can. I will do the same to this one, and I'm going to change this one to $13,619. The reason is quite simple. I thought of a bigger number. The other thing I'm gonna do is go and buy some new residential property. So we'll just come by this one, Tom Nang Sands. We will bulldoze the whole lot. I mean, not that there's anything on it anyways. And then we are going to make a essentially 8-floor mega subterranean hotel. And you know what? I'm not even going to include ladders this time. If they could find a way down into these basements with no entrance, good on them. And then I'm going to do one more thing to add to the value, which is I am going to look up an tablet. We are going to fill this place with a whole bunch of Wabbit tablets, and I'm just gonna throw these down. We'll just spend all my money on it. And that is going to add about $7,000 or so of land value onto the entire unit. Then I can go through, we're gonna fill this vacancy. There we go, some victims, $7,565 a day in rent. So now my daily rental income is up to $29,000 every day. I have somewhat bankrupted myself in the process, but I've actually stolen so many things from my work. Yeah, I've stolen 3 chairs, a bookshelf, a bag, that thing, a speaker, a poster, a lamp, a jar, this, a lawn chair, another lamp, an audio blaster, a wall art, a nameplate, and a sales award. So now I'm just gonna sell all this garbage, which is actually making me more money than going into work every day, funnily. And we've got a little bit of war funding, which I'm actually going to use to seal off my house so people stop walking in here and taking a crap on the ground. Or that might be me doing that, I don't remember. My quest to romance Jacques is admittedly not going that well, if you can tell from him playing chess and me asleep. Oh, there's an insect invasion in one of my apartments. Look, man, I would help you, but I'm really busy. The way that he walks in other people's homes is just like, it's very not conspicuous. I'm sure Jacques doesn't mind me showing up like every other day and then a random piece of furniture going missing. Wow, that's a nice chair you've got there, yoink. I mean, how could Jacques possibly resist this? Okay, apparently he can't. Wait, what? What just happened to him? Wait, is he dying? No, I was just getting in with him. I was gonna marry this guy and sell his house. You were supposed to die after the wedding. Oh my God, he is straight up dead. Yo, Mr. Reaper, can you bring this guy back? Okay, well, the answer is gonna be no. I'm calling to let you know that Jacques has passed away. Who's calling me? I'm the one standing right here. All right, well, I'm just gonna steal the vase so his family can't get that. Let me just, yoink. And already my guy is feeling playful. God, now I need to find another rich dude to marry. Wait, it's the ghost of Jacques. Wait, hey Larry, I think Candy Bear is pretty cute. No, you should marry me. Wait, what? Ask out on date. The ghost of Jacques. Wait, it worked. Okay, let's go to the nightclub then. What happens if I marry this ghost? Oh, hey, how's it going, buddy? Can I even flirt with this guy anymore? Wait, okay, physical intimacy. He's a ghost. Wait, what? He's just haunting things now. Okay, this guy actually is kind of cool. Set ghost color. Oh, wait, I can change his color at will. Oh, shoot, my power got shut off. I was not paying attention, and I'm really living on the edge here in terms of my taxes because I cannot afford to pay them. All right, well, it looks like I'm gonna have to sell some more of this stuff. Dirty dishes, yeah, sure, sell those. The utilities could turn my power back on. It plays this like triumphant music like, you did it. You paid your utilities bill. Congratulations. Wait, Jacques is gone for good now. Oh, that's so tragic. There's some new guy here. Okay, and I get here and immediately they have set the house on fire. Guys, this is not that crazy. And there's another rent payment. $80,000 this time. So I've grinded for a bit more and I've got about $55,000 of daily rental income. If we head over to the map, we can see that I have just bought up empty properties. I've sacked this one full of garbage. This is just a big box. I think I have a couple others. Yes, Tomarang. It's just one big box in the town. Oh, there's another one down here. And I even bought rental property literally in the underworld, and I'm renting it out to some dead guy for $11,000 a day. Oh yeah, I also got married and then stole all of my wife's money and booted her out of the house, but that's not really that important. The sad reality with the Sims DLC that lets you do this is that it is so buggy that half the time it just doesn't work. And I feel so bad for people who like The Sims because EA has cornered the market and there are no great competitors. And there's only really one good way to end this video, which is to bring my wife to Jacquez's house, and then we're gonna break into it. I think I owe Jacquez basically all the success because he has single-handedly given us many, many, many thousands of dollars. Either way, thanks for watching. See ya.